So anyone who has watched my streams know that I make it no secret that one of my favorite franchises of all time is the Donkey Kong Country series by Rare, starting in 1994 all the way to Donkey Kong 64 in 1999. So when I was told about a ROM hack for the original Donkey Kong Country, I knew that I would have to play it. But little did I know the type of hell that I would have to endure just to beat it. So here I'm going to give you my honest thoughts and impressions on Donkey Kong Country: Kremlin's Revenge. So I just want to say right now before I get into this review that if you enjoyed this review, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Check the bell to be notified when I go live and catch me on live. I have a really good chat and every bit of support really helps. Thank you. So one of the first things I want to say about this game is that it is essentially a Kaizo version of Donkey Kong Country, but it does not abuse this to an extent until later in the game. In fact, a lot of the design in this game is professionally crafted to the point where the difficulty ranges from the later levels in the original game and slowly starts to build up as you move through the game. One of the best things about this is that you have the exact same controls and responsiveness of the original game. Unlike the DKC4 fan game, which had glitches and was made by scratch, suffering from inconsistent controls and poor hitbox detection, this game has a very clear and defined control scheme, literally stealing the controls from the original game. You will find many parts in the game that will have you raging, but never to a point where you feel the game is unfair, until you get to the end of the game. And I'm not even kidding, man. This is a show right here. Come here, you sucking f***er! I spent between 2 and 3 hours on the last level alone. All of a sudden, the game forces you to play with hitbox detection and to dance with the Crushers, the only enemy in the game that neither Donkey Kong nor Diddy Kong can actually kill. And they give you absolutely no barrels to use on them. I raged so badly on this part. Sucker. So badly that I feel like I lost a subscriber just from the way that I reacted to this unfair difficulty jump. What the f is that? God damn it! So if it wasn't for this one flaw, because this f***ing hitbox, he's not even f***ing touching this sucker, in a well-designed ROM hack, I feel like this would be one of the best ROM hacks ever made. I cannot understand anyone who has purchased a reproduction of this game and has actually beat it. God, this game, best f***ing game ever. But I understand some people's desire to be pulling their hair out, as when I finally finished the game, I felt so accomplished for what I had went through. But I still feel like the game designer resorted to enemy spamming towards the end of the game, which shows me that he got lazy when he got to the end. And instead of finding legitimate ways to make the game more difficult without being unfair, he took a page out of every Mario Maker creator who wants to try to make a Kaizo level. These are unfair and completely incompetent, but jumping up, dancing with 7 crushes just to jump down and avoid 5 more. I'm gonna cry. Just to take a metal barrel and throw at the last 5 actually feels good. Ah, yeah, that feels so fucking good. However, I would not suggest anyone waste their time trying to beat this game. However, if you are looking for a good ROM hack of DKC, I can actually tell you that most of the game is very well designed and has a good difficulty balance. However, do not expect to beat this game unless you feel like pulling every ounce of hair out of your head, because there is no actual reward for beating the game. It is exactly the same. The final boss fights are exactly the same as in the original game, and the ending is unchanged as well. This results in an accomplished feeling when you beat the last level of the game, but you do not feel as accomplished for finishing the game itself, because you have no further rewards. I understand the only way that they could change the game was by the level design. Virtually everything else about the game does not show that it's any other game but Donkey Kong Country. However, when you get into the levels, you see differently. Now that we got the negativity out of the way, let's talk about some positives. The water levels in this game are f***ing fantastic. You will see several times in my playthrough, if you watch it, where I play through the water levels, and I will tell you that these are the best water levels I've ever experienced in my life. That was the best f***ing water level I have ever f***ing played in my f***ing life. Now, I only remember finding one bonus level in the entire game, so bonuses are not something that you're going to find on your first playthrough. In fact, I'm not even sure if you can actually 101 this game, as I feel like most of the bonuses have probably been removed for a focus on more difficult gameplay. However, the game does not suffer for this. So, what do I say about the game? Do I suggest that you play it? Do I suggest that you jump off of a bridge into running water with sharp rocks at the bottom? Do I suggest that you put iron boots on and jump into a river? I don't know. It's really up to each their own. If you are masochistic and you enjoy pain and the difficulty of games that are unfair, then I suggest you play this game to the end. However, if you're just looking for a increased difficulty from the original Donkey Kong Country, playing this game all the way to the last level is a good experience, but I would not suggest you play it all the way to the finish line, simply because of the enemy spamming and the unfair clipping that you have to play with the crushes at the end of the game. So I want to give a shout out to my buddy Retro1991 for suggesting this game and for forcing me to torture myself by playing through it. He likes to play the DKC competition card, and he's actually looking for people to try to beat his score for a little bit of competition, which is currently at 4,500 points. So if that sounds like something you would enjoy, go over there and leave him a subscription so that you can see his runs when he gets his capture card fixed. Retro, I challenge you to play this game all the way through to the end, and I'm sure you'll do better than me, but I challenge you to do that once you get your recording set up. I want to thank you for joining me for this short review, and I hope that I've saved many people the hair-pulling tragedy that this game is. But I want to give the person who hacked the ROM a lot of credit for having good, well-designed levels to the very end. And I look forward to playing more Donkey Kong Country hacks in the future. However, my playthrough of the Donkey Kong Country games are over outside of any PBs I decide to do in the future. If you enjoyed this video, currently I am playing Pokemon. Come hit me up and watch me play as I play through. I have a wonderful chat. Sometimes I only got 1 or 2 people. Come and join. Let's bring some life to my channel. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. They made a f***ing level, guys. They're gonna make me play through a f***ing Kaizo water. Oh! Best f***ing game ever. Best f***ing game ever.